Hello, friends, and welcome to Talking with Friends People. It's me, host Eric, and feeling somewhat better. Mostly what I'm feeling better about is that, Rachel has to go back to New York. No, I don't have to break up with her. And what I was struck by is the fact that it's impossibly painful to ask somebody to break up with somebody in the way that might be suggested in this instance, which is normally, if you break up with somebody, you have this relationship that goes on for some stretch of time, and then you fight and fight and fight, and things get shittier and shittier, till eventually you don't really like each other at all anymore, and you break up. And then it's like, thank God I'm done with that person, and I am ready to move on, right? There's nothing like that in this situation. Nevertheless, she can't stay here, and it's for a variety of reasons I articulated in the last video. I just have other responsibilities that she's put me in a position where I just can't do it. So even if I could, I don't think my dad would even allow it. But he's quite, wary, so to speak. Regardless, hi, Brittany. Regardless, so yeah, she's got to go back to New York. But that doesn't mean I have to break up with her. And I was just sitting at Christmas dinner with Delilah. She and her boyfriend Danny and I went to McDonald's. I had 2 McDoubles, a large fries, and a large Coke. Delilah had a iced coffee. Danny didn't want anything, even though I was buying. Yeah, we're talking about a $9 Christmas dinner. That's pretty good. That's pretty cheap. Well, Brittany, you are a former nurse. She doesn't drink any alcohol. The marijuana does not hurt. It may not help, but it does not hurt. I can tell you that with a fair amount of definitiveness. I've seen her smoking weed the whole time we've been together, and there were long stretches of time where it didn't have the same sort of impact that on me, basically. And the longer we were together, the less she seemed to be impacted by it because she'd smoking more regularly throughout the day. We didn't really have any significant problems until what day is it? Wednesday? Until like Saturday, Sunday? I don't know. It was a few days ago now, but so no, that doesn't make any sense. Sorry, it just makes no sense. There's no way she could smoke as much weed as she smoked without displaying some sort of corresponding move towards the psychotic, right? Okay, well, that's certainly possible. I'm not saying it's not possible that Rachel's delusions and stuff have built up since she stopped taking her meds. But I'm saying that if you are positing that marijuana plays a role, then you're ignoring the massive elephant in the room, which is what played a role with her stopping to take her meds. It's both disingenuous and irresponsible to try to blame marijuana because there's absolutely no link that I could see. And I'm an empirical observer who was with her 24/7 almost. So, no, that's wrong as wrong can fucking be. And it's damaging to the world to spread that rumor. Because marijuana is a good thing. It makes people better. Well, you're right, Brittany. You're right. And that is the most damaging kind of fallacy you can make right there. Just because I can't say with absolute certainty that there's no link doesn't mean we ought to do something about it, right? Because I also can't say with absolute certainty that there's no link between Coca-Cola and delusions. I can't say with absolute certainty there's no link between owning Typology and delusions. So that's not an argument that means anything. Can you please stay out of the TI frame? I'm not in the mood for it right now. And you're fucking with somebody who's very important to me when you're talking about bullshit that plays into existing stereotypes that are simply fucking wrong. So that's going. Goodbye comment. I'm not going to tolerate this kind of slanderous bullshit about marijuana. It's not, see, Brittany, here's the thing. It's not a qualitative difference. It's not like marijuana makes some sense and quitting medication makes more sense. It's like marijuana is wrong, quitting medication is right. We're not in your FI frame right now, okay? I don't want to hear it. Yes, alcohol is bad, although from what I understand, actually, alcohol is one thing that does suppress schizophrenia, that does suppress delusions and stuff. So you're wrong about that too. But not that that's a good way to deal with it. I'm not saying drinking alcohol is good for people who have mental illness but that's why a lot of people with mental illness are alcoholics, because it suppresses delusions and shit like that. Now, weed is not bad for you. At the very least, it's not bad for Rachel. I think I will get her to understand that my FI is saying, stay the fuck out of my TI frame with your FI right now. She'll understand that. It's important to me. It's important to me that you not fucking perpetuate things that she is absolutely fucking livid about, right? Rachel can't stand the fact that people try to control her smoking weed when she knows it's good for her. She knows it makes her feel better while she's taking her meds. She knows it's her fucking temporal bargaining thing where you make a deal with yourself. Well, I'll do this thing, but when I get home, I'll pull some bowls. Temporal bargaining. Not edibles. Edibles are bad. Edibles get you fucked up. That's not a good thing to take. I mean, because look, it can be okay, but it can be too heavy, and then you're just like, you're miserable. You're right. I am not trying to get you to understand, Brittany. I'm telling you, don't trot on my FI right now. That's how one ought to deal with FI. When you're feeling something, you don't want to be wrong. You don't want to hear anything about it. You don't want to have to justify yourself like I am right now. I don't want to have any reasons. I don't want to have any good reasons. I don't have any good reasons. I just don't want to fucking hear it. That's okay to be like that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm being like that right now. I'm being FI. That's why my reasons aren't good. That's why I'm not winning the argument. TE is better than TI. Look, the thing is, I feel a lot better now because I realized just because I have to separate from her, that she has to go back to New York, doesn't mean that I have to break up with her or that I am breaking up with her. Because despite everything else, despite this recent business, this is, as far as I can tell, the best relationship I've ever had. And possibly, another good relationship I had was my very first relationship, my very first girlfriend. But very first girlfriends, they're kind of weirdly easy relationships because neither party knows what the fuck they're doing at all. I don't know. That was a pretty easy relationship till I fucked it up. Yeah, we stopped seeing eye to eye at a certain point. Regardless, but besides that, and even including that, This is really the best relationship I've ever had. I mean, that's right. Flow state's right. Flow state's absolutely right. And in general, about women and relationships, he's got a lot of good, correct things to say. But those are not real. Early teen relationships. They're not real relationships. They might be fun. They might be good. They might be loving even, as mine was. Lasted almost 2 years, but you know, not really a relationship. I guess not a real one. Well, no, it was. I don't want to. I don't want to diss it like that. It was a real relationship. I really did love her. I just didn't know what love was at all. I didn't. I didn't understand my feelings at all. I'm so much more in touch with my feelings now. It's crazy. You know, I've been. I didn't think you were talking to me. Yeah, it was a real relationship, and I really did love her to the best of my ability at the age. It's just, my frontal lobe wasn't fully developed, and I had. I just didn't. There's lots of shit you just don't. You just can't possibly understand me that age. That's what it boils down to. Especially if you're fourth slot SI like me. Fourth slot SI means. Fourth slot SI means you have to be hit in the face with something usually to get it. Like, because I'm an HP and I tend to think my words define reality and stuff like that. Sometimes reality has to just punch you in the face, and you go, "Okay, right." Enough being an insufferable dandy for a minute, Eric. Reality, it's like when you're winning that argument in the bar, you're kicking their ass with your words, and then you get socked in the face. You lose. So, it's just like that. Yeah, well, people love drama. Dolan. Last stream was like 52. This stream's like 20. People love drama. Ain't nothing like a juicy title like Heartbreaking, Humbling Day. I'm like, oh, we can see Eric humbled. Wonderful. Yeah, I know. You're explaining it to me. That doesn't mean I can change. Remember, flow state, aspects of personality are aspects of the self that remain constant across time throughout a person's entire life. Like two hands making a V, W kind of shape, like this. Saying meowity meow with the meowity meow. And flying away home. Just like that. Pretty poetic, huh? Pretty poetic stuff. Possibly Octavia Solo. But thanks, Gemini mate. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing a lot better now that I realize that Rachel and I are not broken up. We're just not going to be able to stay together any longer. And okay, yeah. I mean, listen, Taylor, I wouldn't watch that shit. That's for sure. I can't watch that video myself. I haven't watched it, But here's what it was. And this is the thing that people can't help but ultimately find at least sort of infuriating is that it's all incredibly real. I'm not acting, and I'm not censoring my life, and I'm not hiding shit. Just letting it all hang out. I think that's the one thing that this channel has that probably no other channel on YouTube has. Somebody who's really exactly what he appears to be. Am I making content? Is that what I'm doing? No, not really. Not right now. I'm hanging out with my YouTube friends who only get to talk to me by typing at me, which is a really strange kind of friendship, huh? Isn't that kind of a strange friendship? Is there something wrong with me, maybe? The thing is, one thing I've been really feeling today is very guilty. I've been carrying this guilt for a long time. And I'm very guilty about Taylor and Susie in particular. And I've been carrying it since I just gone through these fucking things. It's the math. You know what's prevented me from actually following through on that shit so far? Trying to figure out the math of how much sent each person. That's the only thing that's preventing me from doing this and move on it. And now, of course, the math is harder because I got to do back math too. Fuck back math. So I think what I'm going to do is just give you both. I'll do this today, tonight. I don't know. I'll talk about it properly. Okay, so anyway, that was nice earlier to see Jewel in the live stream. It was nice to see Jojo Shalva too. And oh, that's okay. GBPs. I don't like GBPs anyway. Oh, it's my new number now, Jewel. It's meow 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 meow. It's 66. I see you're still that adorable couple with Aaron, right? Cool. That makes me happy. I'm glad to see somebody's relationship's working out. Yeah. Congratulations, Jewel. I'm so happy to hear that. So did nice. I'm super happy to hear that as well, Susie. That's great. Did my phone number go through? I don't think it put. Oh, I must not have had numlock on. Maybe that was the problem. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Talk about two people who deserve to be together. Susie and Abraham. Boy, have you guys paid your dues. Yep, that's my phone number. That's my phone number. Don't wear it out. Or do wear it out. Yeah, that's my new phone number. My number changed. Well, my old phone number was with Kimberly's account. And so she obviously didn't want to continue to pay my phone bill, understandably. So should you save it? Yeah, it'll be my phone number for a while, I think. Perhaps forever. Forever and ever and ever. Forever is a very long time. That's fine, Candace. I was not expecting you to call me. So yeah, I'm feeling better because I realized that Rachel's not dead. Just because she's going to New York doesn't mean I'm not going to get to talk to her again. You know, it's like for such time I was sort of envisioning this grand, like, oh my God, and now we're done. I can't, it's too sorrowful. I can't even bear to speak to you again. Well, wait, why are you breaking up with her? Oh, that's right, you don't have to do that. So, you know, assuming that she wants to uh, keep on keeping on long distance for a while, see how it goes. Here's the key thing. As I was telling Delilah and Danny at McDonald's, the only reason this long distance relationship could actually work is because we've had 3 months to fuck it out before separation. A solid 3 months of a lot of sex. So in that regard, I feel like if I'm away from her for a month or something, will it be a little frustrating? Sure. Will I be missing out? Sure. But you know, I can still shoot my load on her face, just on the screen instead of her actual face. I actually don't do that, to be honest. I just, it's like, it seems like, oh yeah, that's a great thing to do. I want to do that. But then right when you're about to, this is for me, right when I'm about to come, and it's like, I'm already going to come. Then all of a sudden, I don't actually want it to be on her face because that's gross. So then I shoot it someplace else, I don't know if anybody else does that. Is it just me? Oh yeah, I'm open to that. Look, Taylor, I'm not an ESTP. I'm a relationship guy, and the thing is, I really do love Rachel. I've done that with every partner, though. It's not just Rachel. It's like I don't actually. It's like it seems like, oh my god, yeah, I'm gonna come all over your face. Yeah, it's gonna be great. But then, right when you're about to come, right when it's like about to bust, you're just like, I don't actually want to come on her face, right? Because I wouldn't want to get a bunch of cum on my face. I'm sure she doesn't want a bunch of cum on her face either. And who does, right? Also, I don't want to get in her mouth because it's like if I were to do that, like if it seemed like it's a great idea maybe right before, but if you were actually going to do that, then after you came, it would be so gross that you'd be like, oh. So, because I don't want to, after you come, you don't want to see gross sex stuff. It's like, turn off that tab. I'm done with porn now. I've ejaculated. ENTP limit. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just explaining how that I don't think she really wants it in her face right now. I don't think so. She can look like it. Yeah, maybe she does. Maybe she's not joking. Maybe she's serious. I don't know. I just think she was being nice, kind of. Because that's super gross. Swift Eagle, I don't roll like that. We're gentle. I mean, I'm gentle-ish. I don't want to get into a bunch of details, okay? I'm just saying I don't like to see grossness after I come. So I don't make grossness when I come. Easy rule, right? If I see grossness after I come, then it's going to make me want to yak. It's like, oh, I'm already kind of a little gaggy because of all the exercise. It's like, that's a lot of exercise right there for me. It's going to make me a little heavy because I tend to push it. With sex, you have more exercise. You have more exercise potential than you normally would. Like if I were jogging, I'd quit way before I quit when I'm having sexual intercourse because it's like I'm more into sexual intercourse than I would be into jogging, right? I more enjoy that. So the thing is, if Rachel were to really hammer the point that Eric, no luck. I'm serious. The one thing I get off on more than anything else, and I really get off on this, and I really like it. I'm not shitting you, and I'm not trying to like be nice or whatever. I really like you to come all over my face and mouth. Then I'd do it, but I'd probably like turn around right afterwards, so I didn't have to see it. Maybe I'd start to enjoy it if it would depend if she were really like into it or whatever. Well, I don't even like to have. I don't want to have any anal sex either. We don't have anal sex. You know, I like 2 holes, top and front. Those are the only 2 holes I need access to. Okay, and you know, I don't want to have anal sex. She's pretty effy tool, but we're also pretty like open and honest with each other as much as possible. But there is something about ignoring FI and 7-slot FI that makes one kind of, I get off most when I see she's most getting off, and vice versa. Well, you're completely wrong, Swift Eagle. Because the thing is, I just got out of a relationship with an ISFJ. And my mom's one. And my oldest friend that I've known for 40 some odd years is one. My ex-partner's girlfriend is one. And nobody's disputing the ISFJ-hood of any of those. My good channel friend from long ago, Jewel, is one. Nobody's disputing any of those ISFJ-ish-nesses, right? All these ISFJs that I'm telling you, saying are ISFJs, that I know well enough to say these definitely ISFJs, aren't anything like Rachel. Well, Countess, you think she's ISFP? Okay, you think that. I heard it stings badly in the eye. The thing is, I've dated briefly for a little while ISFPs before. I lived with Katie for a while. Katie's an ISFP. I don't think Rachel's anything really like them at all. She's way more meaning focused than any ISFP I've ever met. Everybody wants her to be something other than INFJ. But she's definitely not an ISFJ because she's definitely not an ISFJ. Any sensible ISFJ will tell you that. She's definitely not an ISFP. Well, she was in a psychotic episode, Countess. I agree that when a non-FI user is in their FI that long, it makes them psychotic for sure. And FI tends to come out as a little psychotic. She is, Countess. I don't look. She just is. She literally can't be anything else. You might not think she meets your stereotypical definition of INFJ, but she is one. Oh, you have to watch the last live stream because I don't want to go through the whole thing again, but we've had quite a dramatic few days. Yeah, I don't want to go through the whole thing again. You have to watch it. That was before it became a complete Well, count is, of course, I think of reasons and apply supports to my arguments, but the reason you can't find any footing is because I've decided to provide reasons and support to the correct position. If I were incorrect, I would be finding reasons and support for the other positions that would make me question my correctness, and I'd adjust accordingly, of course. I don't persist in being wrong because I actually evaluate the arguments, so I can't. See? And okay, well, look, the thing is, Susie, I'm hesitant to even talk about it with you because I think you're going to jump to some conclusions that you really ought not to. Watch a bit of that one if you can. Um, Whatever you might think I'm spinning something or positioning shit, I'm not. So, and it's like she had a serious psychotic episode. She's hospitalized right now. It was one of the hardest days of my life, and um, okay, why she? No, see, look, I can give you reasons why we should prefer she be another type. Unfortunately, this is the rules. I can't give you definitive reasons why she's not INFJ because she actually is. Because it's actual rhetorical slip. I can argue in favor of a different type. So, for example, I could argue she's an ISFJ. I'd say, okay, well, look, the tool function FP is pretty straightforward. TI third slot, she seems a little weaker than third slot maybe, but it's within the ballpark. It's reasonable. Those are the same things as INFJ, right? If I were going to argue against INFJ, I'd say TI doesn't seem quite third slot, seems more like fourth slot, maybe ENFJ, except then I run afoul of the actual data on SI. I could say, well, the data on SI is actually indicative of a workaround that the ENFJ has to imitate SI. But then I'm doing special pleading, and that's moving further away from the truth, not closer to it. So I nix that line of argument. And it's not because of any reason other than that's implicit to the argumentation. I gotta smoke this cigarette. I'll be back, okay? But you see what I'm saying, Countess, about argumentation working out like that? It's not, I can make arguments in favor or against any type. The reason one type becomes definitive is because there are certain things that make, as you go, okay, well, I could say this, but I'd have to do that, and that would move me further away by Occam's razor and a bunch of other principles than I am now. So that's not any good. That's basically how it works. And when you get it right, and when you're perfect at it, like I am, you're almost never wrong. Now, granted, typology is not one of those areas where I'm almost never wrong. I'm wrong a lot more than almost never when I'm talking about people with types. I'm saying in general, when you're talking about arguments that I have a chance to, the argumentation stays pretty persistent and the data set stays the same. For example, political arguments about whether or not a given theory fulfills its burden, for example. Does the theory of plate tectonics fulfill its burden to what is it trying to establish? What would the burden be? All that kind of argumentation testing stuff, paradigm testing stuff, I'm about as good at as you can get because I'm one of the best actual professionals in the field in which I work, which is filled with very smart debate professionals who understand argumentation rhetoric well. So in that regard, of course, I'm going to be right. Way more than other people. Because that's how rightness is determined. And I tell you, boy, there is no reprieve for the Eric, is there? Feeling somewhat better? Then snap to, Eric. It's time to face some attack. Okay, Countess, well, you are welcome to your argument, but you're still stuck with the same set of chess moves that I am. We can establish this, but it would have to be man. And that doesn't work. We could try to make this argument, but we also then have to argue this, and that doesn't work. And you're left with the only logical conclusion, which is INFJ. So logically and just factually, you're wrong. I agree. Absolutely. Nobody has to agree with my typing. Nobody does. I am explaining to you why, if you don't, in this instance, you're wrong. That is not the same thing as saying you have to agree with me. It is simply pointing out the truth. Well, because you aren't. It would be doing you a disservice to deny you the truth. After all, I am a YouTuber. What do you want me to do? Spin lies? Not my style. I am wrong sometimes. I didn't say I'm never wrong. It's just statistically, there are certain things that I'm best at being right at. It's not just that I'm right at it, it's that I'm best at being right. The rightest person is not the person who's right about the most things. It's the person who's best at being right. Those are different things, and there's a process to the latter. Well, of course it matters who's right. Just because I'm certain doesn't mean it doesn't matter. Look, there's a mistaken FI friend that says, well, if you really believe in something, then you won't bother arguing it because you know it's true. Bullshit. If you really believe in something, it's because it should be because it's backed by lots of objective or argumentational truth. And if you really believe in something that's backed by lots of argumentational objective truth and stuff, then no, the subjective realities that are being imposed by weak-ass wordsmiths ought not be tolerated. They ought to be blown to smithereens because they're comprised of lies. Where are those things? Where are those kizzy izzy izzy yards? What did I do with them? The thing is, I'm quite healthy, which is to say, I let all my emotions out. If I'm mad at you, you know it. If I'm sad, I'm sobbing. If I'm happy, I'm laughing. If I'm normal, I'm not doing any of those things. Those are all of my emotions. Sad, happy, angry, normal. How many more emotions does one need? You know? Seriously. How many more? There aren't any more. Sad, happy, angry. That's fine. Sometimes it might be a good idea to hold on to some moisture for safekeeping. Hungry. Thank you, Jewel. Thank you. Sad, happy, angry, and hungry. And sleepy. Those are the 5 emotions. The thing is, I've noticed my emotions turn almost directly into SI. For example, there's a time in this past few days where I was genuinely frightened. I was scared to come back here and spend time with Rachel. I didn't know how to deal with what she was, regardless. Slangry is sleepy plus angry, although slumpy is better because you're really sleepy plus grumpy. Hungry plus angry, sleepy plus grumpy. Because if you're sleepy, you don't really have a lot of energy for anger. Okay, well, yeah. Rachel broke some things for sure. And, hungry. You're horny and hungry at the same time. Oh, do I want to eat a sandwich? Or do I want to have sex? I want to do both at the same time. Oh, that's funny. Cool. Isaiah Rude. I'll see if I can find cards. I'll pull cards for people. What did I do? I put them somewhere. Perhaps it was in your ass. Not breaking things is always a good idea. I used to, a long time ago, break things. All right. Susie. You got the 4 cups. Consider. Ponder. Think about ideas. Imagine clouds. Wonder what's going on. I'm great. Are you kidding me? I'm the best tarot reader in history. I'm the tarot reader who was the tarot reader for the terracotta armory that they buried in China at one time. I don't need magical spirits or magical powers or communication with spirit world to tarot. Okay, I can tarot without it just fine. All right, Chris Chapin. Boom. Ooh, King of Cups. You are feeling sublime, moody, healy, generous, calm, made out of cheese, etc. Nice, nice. The drunk squatter. Is that what the 8 of Cups is called? What's the King of Cups called? Elton John on Quaaludes? We'll call this one Elton John on Quaaludes, okay? Tarot is rubbish, says the party pooper. Oh, please, poop on our party some more, Countess. We're loving it. We love it when you poop on our party. I am feeling better because I realized I don't, just because Rachel and I can't be together for a long time. I mean, not here. We can't ever be together really here again, but doesn't mean we're breaking up. Okay, Jewel. Piao. Ooh, Jewel. You got the Tower card. Okay, we're gonna call that the frame. We're gonna do a full cross reading for you here. So that's the frame. This is the completed past. I guess you've gotten engaged recently, so that's true. This is the immediate present. Piao. So this is you're feeling enthusiastic. You could be a little naive and eager and over hasty right now. I don't know what about though. But we do see that Tower card at the top, okay? Now let's do the emerging present. Okay, here we go. Piao. You're settling into something established. Patient, King of Pentacles. That might represent your fiancé. It might represent your, I don't know. Now, in the bottom card, as the foundation, Mia. Piao. Yes, I've got tips to design your thing. Conventional structure, clan, group, yeah, hero fan. This is about like going through the motions of being good rather than really being super good. So basically, it's saying there's disaster in the frame, but the foundation that's being disastered is kind of the going through the motions part of things. This is done. That's fine. That's safe. This is the present, which suggests that the tower is emerging out of hastiness or, you know, what's that other word? Naivety. But good news. Emerging present. Looks like things are going to be settling. And now let's do a frame evolver right here. Piao. Where does the tower go? Ooh, bad news. Frame evolver. There's going to be some agony, some ruin, some slain, some devastated as a result of this. But remember, doesn't necessarily have to involve you or specifically people who are really close to you. It could involve people close to them or people whose lives impact yours but aren't directly yours. Yeah. Okay? So there you go, Jewel. There's the tarot speaks. The wisdom of the tarot. The tarot speaks. All right, bye, Isaiah. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. If you do, remember to eat more cheese next time. Okay. Well, Dolan, let's see if today's your lucky day. Pia. Spirit child. Intuition. Play out, spirit child. Play out, spirit child. Messaging, messaging man. Your intuition sings with the birds, oh spirit, spirit child. Near the page of spirit childs. Page of cups. Let's see. That's good job, Brittany. Props. Look, you keep doing what you got to do. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. All right? Good job. You're fighting the good fight. You deserve it. You take care of yourself. All right? Make sure you're okay. It's important. Dark Phoenix, Piao. Ooh, time to be miserly. Time to gather your pentacles while you may into your lap, so full of hay. Vicky Medhi. Medi. Vicky Medi. Vicky Medi. Vicky Med. Sure, Susie. Here you go. One non-shitty card coming your way. Pew! Ooh, look at that. 9 of Cups. Wish card. Plenty. Time of plenty. Win and luck. Time of plenty. Win and luck. Wish card. Wish card. All of the ways were right, huh, Vicky? Here's a card for you, Vicky. Pew! Ooh, restless. Hustle. Clever. The Knight of Swords. It says Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm not sure what Gemini's, Libras, and Aquariuses are like, but there you go. Woo-hoo, wishes come true. Woo-hoo, wishes come true. Woo-hoo, would you like a poo? Woo-hoo, wishes come true. Countess, here's a card for you. How many count can you say in the tis? Countess, 1, Pew. Transition voyage to or go depart. The 6 of Swords. What does that mean, Vicky? Which one did you get again? You got the Miana card? I forget what you got. If you tell me what you got. Oh, you got that one. Oh, the restless horse. Right. That guy. That just basically means it's time for you to explore your natural gregarious nature. You may be restless and clever and hustling just verbally. Like perhaps right now, this is for you to, rock out your talk out, as they say. Countess, you are the wettest of blankets. A lot of negativity coming out of your butt tonight. Rachel would like a card. Octavio Silva. Thank you for reminding me. Rachel, sweetie, if you're watching this, I'm sorry I've already failed to think of you in a time when I ought to have. I love you. Of course you get this. The Hanged Man. You're pausing, seeking clarity, to lull, suspend, pause. You're on a break. Okay. Oh, other Rachel. Sure. Other Rachel. Bye, Jewel. Bye. Um. Sorry, I didn't know you were saying other Rachel. You reminded me to pull one for Rachel, who's we'll probably at some point in the next few days, I imagine, end up watching this stream and probably the last one as well. Here you go. Other Rachel. Did I pull one for you? No, other Rachel. Meow, meow, meow. You are sociable. You're chatty. You're shrewd. You're cutting. You are the Queen of Swords. Oh, no, you didn't. Is underline your every expression of self. Every expression of yourself, other Rachel, is either an O, a no, a you, or a dun. Dun. Try saying it that way to make sure you say it right. Dun. Dun. Okay. It stands for didn't. All right, Angantier, here you go, you sexual deviant. Established financier. Your ENTJ, sexual deviant, is behind door number 1. And his name is the King of Pentacles. Well, Dolan, let's see what card you get then, right now. Dolan gets, what is that? Ooh, Ascension Completion. Maybe your first significant other is walking up the drive right now, about to ring your doorbell and say, "Take me, Dolan, take me away to the promised land." Jake Forrest in the his'n isn't, in the whizzin' bizzin' fizzin', in the dizzin' nizzin' kizzin', in the his'n house. Jake Forrest gets death. Don't worry, it doesn't mean you're gonna die. It just means some shit's gonna be released. You're gonna be like, like a big poop. Maybe you're gonna have a big poop tonight. You've really been holding it all day. You have a big poop. That might be this what this card's telling you. Did you poop already today, Jake Forrest? If you haven't pooped yet, probably what it means. Okay, Octavio Silva. Yes, INFJs have bad SI. It's not as bad as ENFJs, but to some extent that's going to depend on their mental health. Who's this for? Who is it pulling this for? Octavio Silva? Did I pull this one for you? I think so. Transition Voyage Tour. You're about to leave on a very important trip. You're about to leave on a very important trip. You're going to stab 6 swords in your boat. Why did you stab them through your boat? Now your boat's going to leak and sink. Oh, 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 oh. Did you get one? Oh, yeah, you got one. You got one, Dolan. I'll give you another one, though, right now. I'm gonna give you one right now, Dolan. Bend over. Grab your ankles. Here it comes. You're a dynamo. I ever told you that? You're a dynamo. You're a real dynamo. You know what's a cool name? A diminutive name you could call people? Dynamo. Like, instead of calling him Sport or Champ or Slugger, call him Dynamo. I like that. What signs is the best lover? I don't know. I don't know anything about astrology. Me and my penis, of course. Who else would it be? I'm the main guy around here. Obviously, it's me. Oh, personality type? Not me. ESCPs, probably. I guess ESFPs. Me, I mean me. Obviously, I'm the best lover. I know. I'm just saying, for the record, for a permanent record. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Who's this for? ENFP is a best lover? Baby, come on, come to bed. No, I gotta look at the sweater vest, babe. I got to. There's a sweater vest on here that's getting me rock hard. I have got to stroke that cashmere. Yeah. Oh. Bob, I think you like my cashmere sweater vest better than you like me. Shut up. Let the cashmere do the talking. That's not how you spell cashmere, is it? I think it's Cashemere. That is the fourth best lover. Good question, Christian. Excellent question. ISTP, I think. I mean, it depends what you like in bed, right? Do a parting of my sparse pubic. Your public hair. Wait, hold on. That's not special. You're gonna part your sparse public hair? I have sparse public hair. Okay. I don't have sparse pubic hair though. What is the most mad lover? Let's see. I'm not gonna tell. There's no safe answer to that. Look, I hope we all know. We all know this is all just a joke. That we're all saving ourselves for marriage. Countess, right? That's what you meant by that. We're saving ourselves for marriage. Obviously, nobody's going to actually have sexual intercourse until they're married, and only once they're sure they've married the right person. Those first couple marriages that don't stick, you can't have sex in those ones. You can't have sex in those marriages because Rachel, you're gonna have to watch the last live stream. Rachel is in the hospital and resting comfortably. I went and visited her tonight, and she's fine. She's sleeping comfortably. She's got a private room. She's got a bed, and I was able to bring her stuff. I was able to see her. I was able to kiss her goodnight, and she was kind of out of it. But yeah, it made me feel a lot better to know that she's okay. And yeah. I haven't had sexual intercourse for about 54 days, and the last time was drunk and nasty. Maybe take forth if she wants to. If she's feeling somewhat better. Yeah, okay, I'll pull a card for myself. Tara speaks, Rachel got the Hanged Man. And I got the other card that's kind of the same card, which is the Healing, Dormant, Pause, Wait, Delay, Rest, Quiet. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords. This is one of the only cards that doesn't actually say 4 swords on it. You have to actually count the swords. Well, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's like Rachel and I are both right now in a waiting game. And, so female to me, for me, tomorrow is 6 years without any alcohol. For a second, I thought it was 7. I gave myself an extra year for some reason. It's 6. I asked Delilah when I. Thanks, Jake. When I saw her at McDonald's, I was like, "See, you don't need magic powers to be a good tarot carder." I don't say I'm sober for 6 years. I say I'm thanks, Hambone. I appreciate it. I really do. I feel a lot better having seen her okay in the bed, sleeping, comfortable. Um, thanks, Countess. That's why I have a YouTube channel. That's why I'm able to talk to you guys and enjoy your company. It's why I'm able to have a girlfriend who's in the mental hospital. But this is it, Hambone. You're doing it right now. This is a virtual card. And that sentiment, I'm sure she'll see it. Um, I want her to for sure. I want to see all the positive stuff. Uh, I don't mind leaving comments open, except the problem is, maybe I'll put it on like hold all comments for review. Yeah, this is the stricter mod here today. My sober date is the day after Christmas, when Delilah was 15 years old, which was 2013. Yes. Two of us have been together for 3 months. The thing to remember is we've been together for 3 months. When people say they've been together for 3 months, they usually mean they've been dating for 3 months, which means the actual amount of time they spent together is somewhere on the total of a couple of weeks, maybe. For me, I totally lost what I was saying. Oh yeah. All right. For me, 3 months is like 3 months of time together. She moved. I met her over the internet. I talked to her for a few days. She flew out here to New York. She flew herself out here from New York to Los Angeles. And 3 months later, more than 3 months, a little more than 3 months, here we are, right now. Odd way to have a relationship. I'm not going to dispute that, but it's been 90% bliss. Obviously, everything's changed now. And that's maybe a shame, or maybe with slabs intended. But I know this, that I love her. She's loved me better than anybody's ever loved me before. I'm sure Candace would be somewhat offended by that. Candace did an excellent job of trying to love me as best she could in her way. But ultimately, it was kind of an ESFJ-ish kind of controlling way. But I don't know, it didn't work with me. I'm not saying it's true of all ESFJs, but it's true of her. I got a lot of juicy kind of just intuitive snap with her. It was great. We had great conversations, and we still will. And that's the beautiful thing about it is, just because she's moving away doesn't mean we can't see each other every day. We can still see each other every day. And I'm so much more capable right now in this circumstance of being in a long distance relationship than I've ever been before. Because like I said, I've had a few solid months to fuck it out. Who knows what's going to happen within the next few months? Hard to say. But it would be so impossible to imagine. Think about this. You are in a relationship, everything's going great, and then some fucking train wreck happens, like a DWI or whatever, right? And all of a sudden, you're severed and you're broken up. I've never experienced anything like that before. And I don't think I could handle it because the way a relationship is supposed to end is, as far as I'm concerned, is you fight and fight and fight and fight and fight and fight and fight until you fucking hate each other. Then you break up, and then you don't care. It's like, whew, I'm happy to be out of that bullshit. I'm not happy to be out of this bullshit at all, right? So that's the difference. What do I ever see being a challenge to a long distance relationship? You know, not being able to hold each other, not being able to hug, and Rachel and I are pretty physical. I've never been very into public displays of affection or general like touchiness. With her, it's been different. Um, I like having her pushed up against me and stuff. I never used to like that. I like my space, you know. I know everybody here is sexy because you're in this live stream. That's obvious. Anybody who's not in this live stream is obviously less sexy than everybody who's in the live stream, because this is the number one top world's most majestic, best, rockinest, awesomest live stream ever, talking with fitness people. And I too am going to go because I am fucking exhausted, and I've had a chance to talk it out. I want to thank everybody who's come to this live stream and the last live stream. I really needed to talk shit out, because when I am undergoing a bunch of shit and I can't touch base with the internet peeps, and I can't spill my guts on the internet about what's going on with me, I carry it around with me. When I can, I feel better, and I owe it to everybody here in the live chat, everybody who watches, for providing this incredibly important aspect to my mental health. Thanks, Horse Mumbler. I appreciate your vote of semi-confidence. Good night, everybody. Rachel, when you see this, I love you. Be well. I'll see you as soon as I can. I'll be visiting you tomorrow, and I don't know if you're going to see this before then or not, but maybe around noon, okay? I am going to sleep. I have to go take care of my mom at 10, so I'm going to rest here for about an hour and a half, watch some TV, I think. And then I'm going to go in and help before I'm going to bed, and I'm going to crash. I'm not even crashing the house tonight. I think being out here is going to be a little depressing. All right. Good night, sweetheart. It's time to go.